So I would like to start this video saying, uh, they are releasing a beta patch. Like it's not an actual game yet, which is fine because this is great. That you can start for the beta branch, which is weird how a beta has a beta. But anyway, uh, it's pretty far beta, and they're testing some stuff right now, trying to balance all the cards. This is good. We can test out how good the balance is. So because this one, this beta branch was them trying to balance some things, especially the some of the infinite loops that you can find in Spire 2. I think it's fine, and plus, if some of the infinite they don't like, they can refix them. So I will admit they did kind of nerf a couple of cards to the ground, but they did buff cards like the Rigant, which I think buffing some was fine and nerfing some others like Ironclad. Down I got reworked. Honestly, I don't really care for the rework. I think because the card was broken to begin with, so you're getting vulnerable on the character is pretty crazy. So they kind of nerfed it. I would have liked, and like, this is why it's a beta branch. So you can test things, see if things go well, things go not, and then it's not going to release the next, after a week. Like, it's going to take your feedback and stuff. Like, I'll just go over some of these patch notes real quick, because there's a bigger issue that I recently heard about, and I'm questioning whether or not the community realizes what this company is trying to do, or even know how development is even working. It's like at first I'm like, he's going well, and then I was notified of something. I'm like, you guys, these are about as doing bad as Binding of Isaac, but to be honest, Binding of Isaac is kind of more fair. Where this was like, yo, you lose all our stuff, we're gonna be bad at you. Yeah, I'll just say this. I saw this and went like, what? And before you ask, read some of these. They're balancing on the freaking beta. Here, let me just what's the zoom in thing? Balancing on the beta branch, and you start review bombing it because it's the beta branch. Guys, do you not know what a beta branch is? Do you not know what a beta branch is? Like, no joke. Like, I think this prepared skill should be worked different. Like, I will say there are certain cards that should be worked differently. Like the prepared skill, like they nerfed it a bit to the ground. I feel like how they should have prepared was like, this is what I feel like for balancing, and like this is a beta branch, so it doesn't really matter. Like it could be fixed eventually with a review bomb. They're definitely gonna fix a few things, but dang, here's my proposed reworks. But I'm not saying, but I'm still the fact that you remove. Like first off, this video is here because this is dumb. Like, yeah, people are obviously see it, but that's not going to help for Steam. Like, this is pretty good. Then you got this crap. Like, they obviously see your complaints, or else, like, you're not unheard of. Where's that? Yeah, not unheard of, because if you scroll down the bottom here, they are fixing some of these crashes, bugs, and soft blocks. Like, you're not being unheard of here. Like, I like some of these. I will agree are kind of dumb. Like Dominate, I would say we worked if we like make it permanently 2 cost. You want to from an enemy because I feel like mana can be a real issue in this game. If you got good mana, then you got a good deck. Expect to fight. Normally just keep it at 2 cost and made it to where the game just made it 2 cost, and the upgrade gives it 2 mana. Like that would be fine. Fight. This got reworked. I think it's fine. card exhausted. Stoke. I mean, Stoke was a good card. And I think changing Stoke is a bad idea here because I tried doing an exhaust deck and I guess actually no, stocks actually just makes it more fun. Never mind. The Silent Prepared card I was saying, this I would not have done the remove the draw, because that's the only thing why I take prepared, is because of the draw. Turn gain 2-3 energy, that is really bad for Silent, especially since you're like turn 1 do a crap ton of stuff, turn 2 do a crap ton of stuff. Like if I were to nerf this, I would have made it a cost 1 and the upgrade should move the cost. But it should be like a draw 1, discard 1 still. Like that is fine. I think that's balanced because the 2-2 is what makes it ridiculous. It's not the 1-1. 1-1 is still quite nice, but yeah, it makes it to where you kind of have to prepare. You're forced to upgrade it to make it good. We were glow. Now there was infinite. Now I became that we were glow card here, or just glow, but they reworked. Where is it? Production. I think for region specifically, because I know production can be used in a whole bunch of other decks. Like, don't get me wrong. But you nerf the Silent, which goes well with production. You Regent, who goes well with production. Yeah, you nerf these two. And then you're, like, the two best characters with production. Like, I would have just kept these the same if you're just going to nerf the card already. Like, that's the biggest word. Like, okay, that worked with production. That's fine. If they didn't nerf these. Because this also kind of reduces the Silent synergy. Like, the backpacking thing, the one that you want to do is character is draw, but now you're forced to find acrobatics because prepare is much more useless. And plus, with all the cards in the game, you still aren't getting that build as well. Like, I've had Silent runs where I have not gotten enough draw to where I've swapped it over to something like poison. Like, even multiplayer. I thought something like poison. It's crazy. Now, where I say Silent is still pretty powerful, yes. So this is like you could have reworked this card slightly. Like they reworked a whole bunch of stuff on Silent, which I think is fine. They're still trying to make certain cards good, but like this is very. This I feel like is a bit harsh character. River King Jim, I saw this coming. This is no duh. Because you get to pretty good combos with this, so making it to where only if it doesn't have replay, if it has replay, we'll get it. That I think is fine. It still makes the card strong, but still balanced. Doormaker, if you haven't heard, basically every 10th card you draw, he eats it. I honestly think it's a cool addition to the card, but a cool addition to the boss. I think I like it because it's not a really boring enemy boss anymore because it's just a damage sponge. And so adding it to where it can eat a card, like people are mad about things. I'm like, guys, the card wasn't even really that unique. It was just like one health pool, then go to a second health pool for 3 turns, then go back. Like literally, its buff allows you to see the other forms it has because you're not killing it so fast. Like honestly, like he goes from mid tier to I gotta worry about you now. Because like out of everybody, Queen I think is the easier of the two, but not by a long shot. Doormaker was also very easy if you decided to go for stall decks. Doormaker having the buff is fine. Then all the Skulking Colony, I haven't fought it yet. New Neal's Blessing, a talisman, that's fine. And then they nerfed a bunch of stuff, which is nice. Yeah, break. Like here, let me just open up Slay Spire 2. That's still baffling to me. Like, like no joke. I agree with all you two saying. There's an F2 key to balance. Like, That is the most baffling thing here. Yeah, we are on the beta bench, as you saw. So yeah, let's review these patch notes, and yes, I could probably agree with some of those being a bit overtuned, as their focus was to reduce infinite, when really they should have been like silent. Also, another thing, its infinites were hard to pull off. Like, yes, that was more consistent, but literally, yeah, I have not been able to form many infinites with silent because of the dang. I remember I was thinking of silent because there's so much cards for you to grab. The card you grab kind of balance it out. It's not that it's pretty tricky to get infinites at silent. Silent's really good though. Don't get me wrong, silent's really good. So yeah, but anyway, let's go top to bottom. We'll explain how this. So break. This getting buffed up. So before it was 2 cost. It was 2025. Now it's 2030. Like, I think this is a nice buff. Because it normally this is the upgrade aid for Bash here. So I think that makes it very powerful. Though I don't think it necessarily needed the buff. And like that's the thing that you I think why I didn't think of the buff, because it's actually more balanced the way it was before. Because of Dominate here. So before, this had only a 1 strength controllable of the enemy, 2 cost, and it didn't have exhaust. Or, no, it cost saving so you can remove the exhaust via upgrade. Having that be 2 cost balanced out Dominate here, because then there wasn't really much options besides Treble, which gives you more. And then also Burning Fist. Like, no joke, in multiplayer, yes, it was downright broken. But you still could easily die because block is very needed for the game. Like, that's the one thing I don't get. You nerf this card, and then you decide to somewhat rework the other stuff. Like, I would have still kept able to upgrade the exhaust on, made it 2 cost. Like, I think that's more appropriate because of how much strength you can gain. And having a 2 cost would basically make it to where you play it less. Because this character is really hard to get energy off of somebody sometimes. Anyway, let's continue with the cards. Buff Cinder. Damage got increased, that's fine. 2 cost deal 18 damage, it can go up to 24, that's fine. Finally got buff Forgotten Ritual. This one. Honestly, yeah. Nope, this becoming exhaust is actually fine. I don't think I think that was proper balancing. Like, Forgotten Ritual basically made exhaust decks really good. The problem is, my problem with the exhaust decks. Okay, can I just say the exhaust the keyword? I can. Okay. So my problem with the exhausting cards is, like, this is fine. I never want to discard an exhaust top card of my draw pile because I might exhaust an exhaust card. I guess that's why you take the attack card where you put the card on top of your draw pile. But that's already using 2 cards for a combo just to keep the Havoc from not destroying anything else. Like, these should have Scry, at least. Just so you know you're not evading. That also make these a bit more powerful. Is if you can get yourself if this guy has some sort of Scry card. Scry is not actually the same part too. And adding it to Ironclad would make exhaust decks more viable. though not two were broken because, like, Scry 1, and if something you don't like, you don't want to exhaust, you could scry it and then have the exhaust another that you don't want to exhaust. But at least giving you the choice would be very helpful here. The other thing is, if you have two good exhausts here, no one needs to be exhaust. This one is exhaust itself. That's fine. Another exhaust the top card of your draw pile. Again, the reason why no one wants to play these is because you just could get rid of, like, these sound cool on paper until you realize, like, let's say I'm trying to use stuff like Second Wind, or I have Funeral Pain, and I need to generate cards, I don't know, via, not Infernal Blade, but like Anger. I have to keep playing Angers, and if I start exhausting all my Angers too quick, then I have a problem. The thing is, what if I bottom deck all my Angers? Then I'm practically screwed because I have nothing else to do. I can totally see the play here, but it does kind of get kind of unyieldly with some of the exhaust here. Like, Fiend Fire is really good. Exhaust your entire hand. Boom, controlled exhaust. This one exhausts on non-attack. Boom, controlled exhaust. The problem was, I wish there was a card that exhausts all your attack cards, because I would like to exhaust all of them. This one. I honestly don't think this is that bad of an upgrade. I think it actually makes it more fun. Then you got the Corruption, which is the relic from one of the Ancients. Skill class 0, we play skill Exhausted. That's pretty good. But then again, like I said, we have a Second Wind. So this further can become pretty good. But I wish there was something to exhaust strikes or attacks. That's the biggest problem with this character. I think the what make this type of deck better is if you could have a card that exhaust strikes. I think that's the one thing I think this deck needs buff from, because I have like one round I had like so much strikes in my hand, but I couldn't exhaust them unless I had a Burning Pact or a True Grit, which ended up not being yieldy that much. I will admit though, some turns are bad. I'm about to say you should probably get this retained, but it does not need it. If you get retained, that'd be broken. So that's back to my old thing with this type of deck. Red Bull, they buffed the vulnerable. Again, to be honest, I think people are supplying their decks Molten Fists. So yes, it does make vulnerable this better for a 1-turn. But it's still quite bad. Like, if you just want to keep this, give it Retain. Like, that would be the only way to make this even more make this a better card. Just give it Retain. Because sometimes you're applying so much strength, and you have this card, and then you're screwed. Like, if you're going to make a one-time use, give it Retain, so it's easier to use. I think that's like, if they want to make sure this card's properly balanced, just give it Retain. Like, I get making sure you earn exhaust. I get that. It's balanced. But then just make it too much easier to play. That's my only complaint about this rework. So yeah, should be all the Ironclad buffs. Oh, which Tremble getting buffed is fine again. Seek Retain. We're going to Silent now. Anticipate got nerfed. That's fine. It goes from 3-5 to 2-3. Honestly, that's fine-ish. Basically, people took that because the decks was really good for this character, and you could draw to a lot of decks. But so nerfing that's fine. But like I said, if they just nerf that, because this was the card you used to use for doing it. One, if you're just gonna nerf it that much, you need, like, this got nerfed to the ground. It's be 0 costs, draw 1, discard 1. Yeah, we're gonna make it draw 2, discard 2. That was really good. I always picked it up no matter what. Like, it helped with the slide deck a lot. But nerfing it around this way kind of sucked now, Because one, so I don't get too much slide cards, and two, so I don't get prepared. Even like, if you're worried about it, just make it uncommon blue, because then it's harder to find this card, somewhat. Or, like I said before, make it 1 cost, draw 1, discard 1, and the average makes it 0 cost. Like, that would, like, lessen the usefulness of it. Since I got nerfed to the ground, that further makes all these fly cards almost worthless because you can't draw into them. Like, yeah, it nerfs the silent, but the builds also now started becoming tricky to use. Corrosive Wave, Poison Reduced. I think that's a rare card at the bottom here. I haven't got this card yet. I think that's the intangible. Where's Corrosive Wave? This is. Okay, so this got nerfed. I think that's fine. It getting nerfed. It goes from 3-4 to 2-3. But I mean by 2-3, like first 2 upgraded 3. That's what I mean. I think that's a fine nerf. I don't see it as that much problem. I play a lot of multiplayer, or to be honest, so might not be as great, but to be honest, that nerf is fine. Flick Flack. Nerfing that's fine. That's actually really powerful 1 cost, so I'm fine with that being nerfed. Well, Grand Finale from 56 to 60-75. Yeah, they're trying to make Grand Finale work, and I can see why. It's just really hard to get decks that perfect draw. Which is why I think if you want to rough Grand Finale, again, prepared, make it 1-1, that's fine. And because then you don't worry about overdrawing 2, it's just 1-1. And yeah. Again, I'm still gonna be not over this prepared nerf. That wasn't a nerf, that was a hard no, I'm not gonna take this anymore. I mean, extra taking 2 mana is nice, but then I have to hope I have draw. Like, this guy's not a lot of 2-cost cards that gets off that. Like, this needs a buff at this current state. Like, I would say reverting this or working it slightly. Because, man, that... This is still a pinpoint for a lot of builds. Buff Skewer. Damage increase, that's fine. Nerf Untouchable. I think that's this one? Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Again, Slide X. So, the problem is... Which, again... You're prepared, so then you make Untouchable will be less value. Like, come on. I wasn't breaking the game with Slide X. Like, I don't know if other people were breaking the Slide X. Like, I always said the Silent was the most powerful person because his options were more fluid. Like, compared to other people, Ironclad, like, this guy had more synergy with all of his decks compared to Ironclad and Defect. Like, all those cards synergize with each other pretty nice. Whereas these two don't really synergize this much, and these two actually synergize quite fine. And so, like, these 3, great synergy. These, Ironclad and Defect, not so great on synergies. So yeah, that's Silent. Again, pretty mad about it, but Regent. These guys got a lot of buffs. Nerf Alignment. Start cost increased from 2 to 3. What's Alignment? That one I recognize. Alignment. So 2 to 3. That's fine. Honestly. Either that's fine. The only problem with that they nerfed Glow. Well, that's still fine. That's still fine. I mean, Collision Course damage increased. I think Collision Course is the, no damage created card. Yeah, this one. Makes it more worthwhile. This guy's really on statuses, in which builds look pretty crazy. Buff Gather Light. Heirloom Hammer. Buff. Again, buff these guys pretty fun because Shark I felt like his cards' power were really bad. But Minion Dive Bomb. Zero cost deal 13 damage. That's fine. You get 1 cost deal damage. So I think nerfing it's fine. Or buffing it, it's fine because that makes this even more useful. Nerf Minion Strike. That damage decreased. Okay, that's fine. That's normal. That's a thing. 0 cost. Draw 1. Deal damage. Buff parry. Buff patter. Buff solar strike. Yeah, buff around the board for this character. I think it's fine. Nerf void form. That's one of the broken ones in multiplayer, especially. So if now ethereal create +1 card to losing ethereal, that makes it very situational, but still very good. I think it's fine. Buff bottom board. Okay, this guy's fine. I think the buffs to him, I think it was fine. The whole character is hard to learn, but buffing his kit will make him feel more worthwhile in the end, so I think it's fine. Necrobinder. Nerf Banshee's Cry. Is that a colorless? What is Banshee's Cry? I'm missing 1 ascension, so yeah, that's the one I don't have because I need to beat Ascension 1 with the character. 30 all damage enemy cost 2 less for each ethereal card plays combat. Upgrade 39. That seems pretty powerful. So upgrade on cage damage, that's fine. Cost increased to 9, and then you can reduce the cost there. Honestly, that's fine. Ethereal, that's kind of broken. Borrow time. Buy 6 doom to yourself. It used to be 3, but upgrading and reduce it. Are you no more increase on upgrade? Honestly, I mean, before, yeah, it used to gain 0 cost by 3 to himself, and gain 2 mana. Yeah, with how much draw this guy gets, I think that's fine. This guy get quite a lot of draw. Capture Spirit. Well, this is a really good one. HP last speed from 3-4 to 2-3. Okay. And then it goes from 3-4 to 2-3. I think that's a fine nerf. Again, this card was very powerful. You got it instantly, so that makes it not nearly as good. Buff Dance Macro, buff Debilitate. To debilitate is the most broken card in the player. Change Defy. Upgrade no longer. Okay, Defy. This is what I always took. One thing nerfs, that looks the same. Upgrade no longer increases weak, but increases block by 3 instead of +1. Honestly, that's fine. Basically, it's a defend with an extra weak. With Ethereal. I think that's valid. I always grab that no matter what. Nerf Dirge. Dirge sounds familiar. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, I totally get that. No, yeah, because basically, so when reading keyword summon, for somebody who's not played this game yet, summon is basically a blur, but it's, I mean, you summon your Aussie, but I like to think summon as a giving yourself kind of blur, but you kind of think it's blur because it goes to Aussie who takes for you. So that getting exhaust is actually fine. That just makes it, because that would be like gain 3 defend and add souls to your draw pile, which is 0 cost, draw 2 cards, exhaust. So giving this summon 3 times is fine. I don't think that's fine. And so far, I'm seeing some okay reworks. Like, yes, there are the silent and Ironclad I think did not need. I mean, Ironclad just needs to make more fixing to make it cohesive. But the silent was a bit of a big nerf to it I don't think was necessary. So far, let's keep continuing with this. Change Grave Warden and upgrades the soul. Is that the defend one? Yes. And it's used to give you soul plus. Honestly, that's fine. Again, that I think is a okay nerf. Buff skill strike damage increase. Nerf Seance. I think Seance is a really good one. If your transformer card, from 0 to 1, and no longer, what's the upgrade do? Makes your cost. Yeah, nope, that's a rightful nerf. Nerf because this is also one of those cards you really liked. So that's an okay nerf. Because yeah. Honestly, again, these two nerfs and buffs I felt were adequate. Because yes, it slows them down because the main goal is reducing how easy it was to get infinites. So I think nerfing them slightly is fine. And yeah, let's say Necrominder was easy to survive using infinites down. Rigen was really hard to, and his infinites required some very big brain gameplay. So I think it's fine. Oh, I didn't realize that's how the cards look. That's cool. I don't know attacks look like that, defense like that. That's kind of cool. Anyway, the defect. Nerfed hotfix. A 2 big focuses turn exhaust. Every armor removes exhaust instead of increasing focus. Don't see why that needed a nerf. I never used that really. Again, I never played defect, so I can't really decide on defect here. I have not played Spire 2. I played these 4 a lot, except defect. Buff Rocket Punch, concentration up last. It was played. It used to be free to play. Sorry. Concentration last down until it's played instead of just until the end of turn. That's honestly, yeah. That's a pretty good buff. Yeah, no. That's actually a really good buff for Rocket Punch. Yeah. That buffs that extremely good. Alright, colorless cards. Anyways, I do expect the nerf. Buff Seeker Strike. 9 damage. I've never gotten for it. 1-3 cards you drop out of your hand. That's fine. And, they increase the damage from it to 912. That's pretty powerful. Oh. Bit powerful. Change Discovery. Cause 0 energy turn to its free to play this turn. That means the card generates has a star cost. Its cost now also reduces to 0. Oh. Okay. That makes it that just makes it to where Rigen cards are no longer making the card very bad. I think that's fine. And buff of Eternal Armor. We're actually plating, so I think it'll be. Good night plating. Okay. Honestly, increasing the plating, I don't think. Well, it actually might help. He gets probably Eternal Armor. That's 9 plating that decreases over turn. And it's a 3 cost. 1, I know it's a 3 cost. And 2, yes, it's decreasing over turn. But what gets me off about this card is it's 3 cost. 3 cost for getting 9 armor that decreases. Like, I would make this a 2 cost? Like, I don't know how overpowered plating is. I don't think it's that powerful. I think it's okay. This is more of a setup card. I don't think this card's any good. I would never take it. And like, yes, you can move it to 12, but that's like 12, 11, 10 for the progress of the match, and enemies do more than that. It's good in Act 1. Then afterward, it kind of falls off. Changing gem no longer can be generated by effects and skill potion. That's kind of crazy, but alright, that's great how that can be generated in skill potion. But this nerf I feel is pretty accurate. Out of every card, this I felt like did need that nerf. It actually did kind of buff it slightly, actually, because now you don't get the same like defender strike, so it's a good rework. G production, and then this is the one I think out of all for the infinites. It's this one. If they just nerfed this, it would have been fine because it used to just remove the exhaust when you did it. And out of all the infinites, I think this nerfing this that keep the exhaust is fine. Like, I feel like if they just did this, that would already hurt a whole lot of infinites. And I think would have been fine on nerfing those. Like, I don't see that being a problem. And then the rest were relics. Enemies were buffed and nerfed. And some agents were kind of reworked, like I had to try boomerang. I haven't got all the relics at all, and I wish there was a search thing. But in my opinion, I think this. Yes, I will agree. There's at least 2 to 3 cards that should be slightly reworked. Like out of reworks, I felt like they should have did Ironclad better and Silent better. Everybody else is fine. The colorless cards were fine. I feel like knowing you've already nerfed this, you did need to nerf this guy's card to the ground. Like prepare what there's not a lot like here. It's a little draw. And you're gonna see the problem here. There you go. Deal ideas, draw 1 card, discard 1 card. Alright, that is fine. And the upgrades make increases the damage. Like, I think that is a fine card. Earned idea, draw 1, discard 1. Acrobatics. This you always want this for draw decks. Draw 3 cards, discard 1 card. Backup, draw 1 card. Predator, draw 2 cards, but it costs 2. Calculated Gamble, very good. Gameplay, very good. Expertise, draw card, you have 6 in your hand. And then Reflex. There's quite a bit of draw, but the problem is some of these can be quite costly, or take a bit to get. Especially since you get a bunch of these other garbage ones. Like, if you go to Salad here, what I felt needed to rework. Where's the card? It's 1 card I hate, and I never take it. And I don't think it's ever good in the slightest. Where is it? Server form. Hot garbage card. I'm just saying that much. Hot garbage. Why do you think it's garbage? Well, whenever you play a card, you put it for an enemy. Sounds decent. First off, there's a skill which makes the strangle, which makes it temporary, but it deals like 2 damage, and it costs 1. 2, you can't direct this damage. So, like, the enemy closest to you, that would be fine, because they control it. 3, it costs 3. He's like, no joke. And here's the ridiculousness. I can literally play this with a Shiv deck and get the same result, except better. If there was 1 card that needed a buff, it is Serpent Form. It is so bad. I see it, I never take it. Even the upgrades not like good. It increases the damage it deals. Yeah. Like, that is so bad because you're not playing enough cards for this character. You're playing Shivs. All these cards are fine. But yeah. And this character is fine. Yeah, that's my opinion about these beta notes. Some characters should be reworked better, but otherwise, like, the only complaints I see are valid is Ironclad Silent. Everybody else got pretty substantial buffs that are really good. And or sounded fine. And I think the buff to the doorman is also completely fine as well, because and then you gotta really strategize around who you might get. Yeah, that's my opinion on the rework stuff. I still think that you really should not have any review bombed like this. Like, quite literally, I press F2 here, boom. Category, feedback, boom. There's even a Discord, which I've been doing, even to play multiplayer runs, boom. Like, does it make it seem more? Yes. But also has the unintended side effect of deterring new people from playing the game. And that's just a shame. Hey, like, no joke. If this was a AAA company, I get it, because they barely listen to bug reports. I feel like, but this is an indie game by indie developers. There should be, like, this is indie developers, and they even gave you a thing you can send reports to, and they've been trying to fix a few things. This is an alpha. This, again, to reiterate, this whole problem this is the beta buff. We're still in. We are still in early access. Nothing is final. Spire 1 is final because everything is now balanced. This game, yes, reworks need to be made. And yes, they may make a mistake or two about their reworks. But you don't need to review bomb the game because they failed on one update they released in beta that isn't confirmed to be added to the game just yet. There is so many things that makes you question if really the players are the ones that need to be have a little fixing here, because this is really dumb in all. It's so for so many reasons. Like, if there was a past of them not listening, then that makes sense. But there hasn't been, so why do you assume it right now? Anyway, I hope you're getting my rant and reviewing of the bug thing. I'm just baffled by this. This really should not be a thing. Really, a couple years really believed, also agree with me, like, this should not be a thing. This is not how you positively help a game company. This is how you demoralize the entire team and maybe want them to quit. Please, when you ever review something, always look into it and think about how you're reviewing it. And that'll be all. If you like the video, please subscribe. See you in the next one.